Hey, did you know that there's a lot of changes that happened to us during the pandemic? We people are becoming a cautious human being. During the pandemic, we are more concerned about our safety and actually try to adapt to these problems. We are being careful because we are scared to get sick. Being a cautious person will lead us to be hygienic. According to research, during the pandemic, people are actually more hygienic because they don't want to get sick. They do a lot of activities like washing their hands, using alcohol, and more. Because of these activities, people will make it into habit and change their lifestyles. Our interaction to people during the pandemic changes. The thing is, after 1 year of having the pandemic affect our lives, we got used to it. We got used to interact with people carefully, and we use technology to interact with people now. That's the thing with us. We can easily adapt to these challenges. Our way of buying things changes too. Instead of going to the mall or going to the grocery stores to buy things, we are now using technology to buy those stuff for us. We get used to buying stuff online now using delivery apps and websites. Protocols are becoming norms now. Protocols like using mask and face shield when going outside, social distancing, and less direct contact to others are changing the way of our lives and becoming a normal thing to do nowadays. Our education system changes. Instead of face-to-face, we are now using technologies as an instrument to teach. We use apps and websites like Zoom, Gmeet, and more to be an alternative to the past education norms. Job system changes too. As we all know, a lot of people lost their jobs because of the pandemic. But this will not stop the people to get jobs. Because of these events, most of people who lost their jobs try a different approach for the problems. Most people actually work at home now. In the past, small amount of people work at home, but it increases because of the pandemic. We are now becoming cash free. Most of people nowadays don't carry cash anymore. Some do, but not that much. Because of the pandemic, our payment system are becoming digital now. Nowadays, we use apps like GCash to pay. This is because it is more safe and convenient nowadays. Our way of living is now changed. Most of our memories for the past 2 years of the pandemic affecting us is at home. A lot of people cannot or they don't want to come out of their house. It is now a norm that our house are our safe place. This is why people nowadays just stay in their house even though there are times that they are allowed to come out. Since the pandemic affects our lives and causes lockdown, we live most of our days into an isolation. According to research, quarantine actually worsens our mental state. Since we are becoming cautious, anxiety always kicks in, and most of us experiencing depression during the pandemic. The age range of most affected of these are teenagers. But hey, changes are always here. There's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is for us to move on, accept, and adapt to these changes.